Welcome back to BLOCKTV. You're watching Blockheads, where I round up the top headlines of the cryptosphere. First up, we have Market Watch, which reports progress is being made towards Bitcoin ETF, SEC chair says. The Block Crypto details former U.S. Congressman Harold Ford Jr. calls for sensible crypto regulations at the federal level. Bitcoinist brings us LG working on cryptocurrency smartphone as Samsung releases another. CoinDesk informs Catalonia to build DLT-based identity platform for citizens. And Cointelegraph brings us Hollywood glitz and glam with Wesley Snipes is launching a tokenized $25 million movie fund. In developments out of the swamp, Washington, D.C., SEC chairman has stated that the investing industry has taken steps towards addressing the issues that make regulators uncomfortable about allowing an exchange-traded fund made up of cryptocurrency assets, and that efforts are close to satisfying the concerns of lawmakers. But work is still yet to be done. Clayton characterized the SEC's concerns as not trivial. Let's take a look at what he had to say in an interview with CNBC's Bob Pisani.
Ask you about Bitcoin. I know I've asked you many times about this in the last couple of years, but it's of intense interest to the viewers. Are we any further along on a Bitcoin ETF? I know you did a memo, you and your staff, a year and a half ago, where you made it very clear you were concerned about custody and the security of custody, and you were very concerned about the fact that much of the pricing of Bitcoin was done on foreign exchanges that had the potential to be easily manipulated. Now, your realm here is a Bitcoin ETF. Are we any closer, or have the people involved in the Bitcoin businesses in any way come closer to satisfying your concerns?
The short answer is yes, but there's work left to be done. Those were not trivial questions. How do we know that we can custody and have a hold of these crypto assets? That's a key question. And an even harder question, given that they trade on largely unregulated exchanges, is how can we be sure that those prices aren't subject to significant manipulation? Now, progress is being made, but people needed to answer those hard questions for us to be comfortable that this was the appropriate type of product.
The SEC is expected to take action on 2 proposals for Bitcoin ETFs in the coming weeks, but we won't hold our breath as the SEC has historically been slow to make any decision on crypto. In further news on regulation, former U.S. Representative Harold J. Ford has argued that Congress should have nuanced their approach to regulating cryptocurrencies. Specifically addressing the issue of Facebook and Libra, Ford urged lawmakers to separate the cryptocurrency industry in general from the Facebook matter. In an op-ed published by CNBC, Ford wrote that he believes that the lack of regulatory clarity is causing harm to innovation in the U.S., noting that countries like Belarus, Malta, Bahrain, and Gibraltar are already in the game and ahead of the U.S., working on regulatory frameworks that are attractive for crypto and blockchain projects. Ford stated the U.S. should not be losing the competitive edge on attracting this innovation's best and brightest. The SEC now has the opportunity to take the lead on regulation that works with industry, not against it. And in news out of South Korea, the gloves are coming off as LG is set to launch a cryptocurrency-enabled smartphone in response to industry rivals Samsung, who recently released a limited edition version of its Bitcoin wallet toting Galaxy Note 10. According to reports, LG started research around incorporating blockchain into phones shortly after Samsung announced its phones with built-in cryptocurrency hardware wallets that support dApps. An unnamed industry official claimed that LG's market research is now complete, and LG has applied for a trademark on ThinQ wallets in both South Korea and the US to rival Samsung's blockchain key store. A party familiar with the LG group suggested that the company had been struggling to apply blockchain technology to a smartphone with a sense of difference. Whether they have hit the mark or not, however, has yet to be seen. Back in Europe, Catalonia has announced it will develop a decentralized identity platform with the aim to give citizens control of their own data when interacting with online services. Coined Identicat, the project was announced by Catalonia's Minister of Digital Policy and Public Administration with primary objectives to qualify and digitally empower citizens to carry out activities with full security in digital society. The autonomous region also announced in June of its goals to use blockchain within public authorities and society. Identicat will be based on distributed ledger technology, and the government will not collect users' personal data as part of the scheme, and it's managed by citizens themselves with the aim of becoming standard use. The self-sovereign system will use apps on mobile devices or computers to allow citizens to create and manage their own identities with full legal effectiveness and privacy. Last but not least on our day's rundown is crypto is in the limelight as Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange is tokenizing a $25 million movie fund with Wesley Snipes, the actor known for movies such as The Blade Trilogy, New Jack City, White Man Can't Jump, and others. According to the report, the tokenized $25 million Daywalker Movie Fund, or the DMF, will invest in future movies and TV shows produced by Snipes and his production house, lowering the entry barriers for both institutional and retail investors and enabling movie fans to invest alongside established Hollywood producers. All profits will be reinvested in the DMF token to boost its long-term value and will be managed by an investment committee of professional fund managers in conjunction with Snipes. This is not the first time crypto has been in the Hollywood spotlight, as in October of 2018, Johnny Depp partnered with crypto-powered social entertainment platform Tata2 to jointly create and produce film and digital content together. And in May 2018, Ashton Kutcher donated $4 million in XRP to Ellen DeGeneres' Wildlife Fund. Thanks for joining us. That was Blockheads for the day. Stay tuned for more news and updates. For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.